Hey guys, it's Joey's Adventures and welcome to Preston, Idaho.
Joey Argyle is a YouTuber. His travel channel, Joey's Adventures, has thousands of views. His videos show him traveling across the country. It covered up what he was going through.
I was starting to believe that, hey, maybe I wasn't good enough, and then it just kept piling on, and it was just snowballing.
In his sophomore year of high school, Joey noticed his depression and anxiety affecting his life.
I didn't know if I was going to be alive in the next couple of years or not. It was that bad. Sometimes I was sleeping like 12 hours at a time. I wasn't taking care of my hygiene. My room was a total mess.
Life expectancy was sort of between 30 and 40 years.
Dr. Chris Warren teaches psychology at Utah State University. He studies neuromodulators, the chemicals that affect how you live.
When you're under high stress, you have a different balance of chemicals than when you're under low stress. And that means that your brain is going to make decisions differently.
I was having cognitive issues. I wasn't thinking straight. I was making terrible decisions.
Under high stress, you tend to just make their decisions faster with less information. They're less well thought out.
Memories seem to get burned into the brain when they have those kind of massive releases of neurotransmitters all at once.
David Archibald, my grandpa, was a physician's assistant for the Department of Veterans Affairs. He focused on mental health and PTSD.
Kind of gets cemented in there in an abnormal way that normal memories don't have.
War and other traumatic events, Archibald says, can permanently affect the way your brain works.
70% of the people who came in and were complaining of PTSD had a history of traumatic events.
Archibald says the first recognition of something like PTSD was in World War I. Shell shock was thought to have been caused by brain injury. It wasn't until 1980, after the Vietnam War, that the term post-traumatic stress disorder was added to the DSM-3.
As we went through the Gulf Wars, there wasn't as much repeated trauma, but when we moved into Afghanistan and into Iraq, there was repeated traumatic events.
Emotion is sort of an indicator that something important is happening.
Because of emotional memory, the more stress you experience, the more chemicals you release. And that can cause plaque buildup in the arteries, which can lead to heart disease. And chronic stress can get worse if you don't talk about it.
I do think that there's less of a stigma to mental health in the Western world today than there has been, and I think it's partly because people have opened up to talk about it.
While raising his family on Shepherd's Air Force Base, Archibald started working with patients, and he says ideas about mental health care were different.
If you went in for mental health, it was the loss of your career. Your family went in for mental health. You could lose your career too.
I couldn't get the words out.
You could have if you'd have wanted to. You just didn't want to bad enough.
When I grew up, with John Wayne, it's, well, put on your big boy pants and take care of this.
You're going to stop it or go home, do you hear me?
It wasn't acceptable to have an issue that was looked at as mental illness.
Past generations dealt with war. My generation deals with something else explosive, and it lives right in our pockets.
I think social media is the cigarettes of your generation.
As a YouTuber,
Yeah, there's no way I'm climbing it.
Joey dealt with his share of issues through social media. Before there was Joey's Adventures,
Hey guys, it's Joey Gaming.
Joey had a gaming channel.
My YouTube channel, I cover gaming news and controversies. There was a lot of social media drama, and it was just building up, and it just snowballed.
Real mental health issues, there's different treatments. The part of what makes a scientific approach to treating a mental health disorder is that it's targeted to that disorder.
Common treatments for mental health include medication, cognitive behavioral therapy, diet, exercise, and other resources like self-help books and programs. Joey says what helped him was therapy and trying to change his lifestyle with the book Atomic Habits.
You need systems in your life. You need to change the environment, and that's what I did.
There's not a lot of broad treatments, but there are some things that are just generally so good for you that they can help.
Over time, my mental health has started to improve. I started to work on myself, making myself a better person.